Okay, we are live. Today is the 15th day of May, and because this is the first day of the third week, week 3. So again, we have two questions, and again, because of today's weekend, so unfortunately, we have one medium question and one hard question. So, anyways, for the hard question, I probably won't be able to finish it myself. So I will probably decide to read the solution and then try to learn how to do it. But for the medium one, I will try to do it myself. And yeah, so the other thing is that for the medium one, we actually have 3 hints, but for the hard question, we don't have any. Yeah. So today, let's try to solve the median question by ourselves first, and then let's see if we are able to also solve the hard question. But of course, by solving it, I mean maybe read the solution and then try to implement that solution myself. Okay, so let's cut the cheese and start doing the first one, which is the median one. Okay. So minimum knight moves. Uh, in an infinite chess board with coordinates from negative infinity to positive infinity, you have a knight s squared 0 0. Okay, so a knight has 8 possible moves it can make. As illustrated below, each move, okay, is 2 square in a cardinal direction, then 1 square in a orthogonal direction. Okay, well, anyways. Ah, my Alexa is trying to talk with me. Okay, so, but anyway, the direction, the 8 direction is already shown on the board. So return the minimum number of steps needed to move the knight to the square xy. It is guaranteed the answer exists. Oh, okay. So we start off 0 0, and then we have input of x and y, and then we are trying to get the minimum number of steps to move there. I would think it would be probably BFS or DFS, right? Since this is well, not easy. This is a medium question. So let's see the first hint. You can simulate the movement since the limit are low. Oh, okay. So constraint is both x and y will be less than 300. So the constraint is low, although it looks like it's large, but it's actually low. So yeah, that's what we are trying to or planning to do, right? Doing a DFS or a BFS. And is there a search algorithm applicable to this problem? I don't know. A star? Since we want the minimum number of moves, we can use breadth search. Okay, so yeah, I guess we can use either, right? But if you are doing DFS, it's better you are like using something like A star so that you won't like go too far to a different direction because the board actually is infinite, right? Yeah, I'm curious. Maybe we can. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, but for the minimum distance, it's probably better that we do DFS. Blah, 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 BFS. Okay, so let's try it. Let's try to do the BFS. So we start off 0 0. So then for the basic BFS, we will need a queue, right? So let's declare a queue QUEUE, like integer. So this integer will be no integer. I probably need a integer array, right? Because we have 2 dimension. So we have a Q, and then okay, so from 0 0 to 2 0 the step is 1. So anyways, we can start with the 0 0. So I mean Q the offer new nt like 0 0, right? And because we have 8 directions, so yeah, so that's our neighbor, right? And then we also probably need to memorize the place that we have visited, right? So in order to do that, I don't know, let's have a set, okay? I just I don't know, I think I always like to use a set of string. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but that's what I always do. So new a hash set of string, and then I want to put the set dot add like 0. Anyway, let me just put 0 dot 0. Yeah, I don't know. I just like to use string. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I do think we need a set. Otherwise, what if we like come back to the same point, right? Is there any possibility that we can implement this without a set? I don't know. I don't know. But for now, let's try a set. Yep. Okay. So I mean, currently it's level 0, right? So and the level is probably something that we want to return. So yeah, probably. Okay. So then let's start doing it. So while because it is guarantee. So since it is guaranteed, we need to like I want to compare. I want to see if set contains the xy, but it's probably not needed. So I can probably just first for now use true in here. Hey, are you blocking my screen, my cat? Okay. So we can probably okay, are you going to sleep? Okay. Sleep here, sleep here. No you don't. Okay, then don't block my screen. Thank you. So I can probably use a true in here, and then I need to know the length of the queue, right? QUE the size. Okay. And then we traverse through for int I equals to 0, I is less or let's increment the level. How about that? First, right? So I less than len I plus plus, and let's get one from the queue. So int cur equals to QUE dot pool, and then so we have 8 direction. What are those 8 direction? Let's choose to do 2 step first. So 2 step, 2 step, 2 step, 2 step, and yep. So is there a better way to code this without anyway, I don't know. I don't know if it so oh, I can probably have a integer uh, step 2. Will that be easier for me to code like I don't need to make it global. Let's just put it somewhere in like here. Okay, so I will be like +2 2 and okay. Let me think about it. I have 2 1 and then 1 2 and then let me just do well, I'm stuck with those kind of design though. 8 step. I don't want to code all 8, but is there a better way to not code 8 of them? Okay. I just don't know if there's a better way. So okay, anyway, we have a curve. We need to do like for int x equals to 0. Yeah, it's only 2 step. X less than equal to 2, x plus plus, and then for int y equals to 0, y is smaller or less than 2, y plus plus, and then we check if anti-next equals to like cur 0 oh I don't no, it's okay. If next equals to the cur, so the first one will be this plus, let's say, step okay, so I have step 2 and I have step 1, so plus step, so let's do step 1 first. X 0 0 and then cur 1 plus step 2 y. So I want to make sure is that cover all the I suddenly got stuck with the design of this. So I have 0 and pair with, so it's 2 pair with and then yeah, maybe, right? So if like so I want to convert it to a string, so like string key equals to next 0 plus this plus next the 1 and first we check if it's not already in the queue, right? So if not set contains key, so if it's not in the key, it's not in the set, then we can put it into the set and then we can push it into the queue. And but before doing that, let's compare. So if next the 0 equals to x and next the 0 equals to y, then let's return level. Otherwise, we add that to the set, we add it to the queue, and then for this we are done. But then let's switch 1 and 2. Oh, That's not good. It's not a good coding style because I'm copy and paste. But I don't want to waste time on thinking how to make the code look clean. So again, if it's equal, if it's not already contained, then if it's equal to the result, we return the current level. Otherwise, we add it to the key. Okay, so this is what we do for the next level, right? And then we add to next level. So we are supposed to, yeah, but if I use the while true, it won't return, it won't reach to here, right? So will I will I will I receive an error saying that it won't compile error 15? Okay. Huh? Q offer, so 23. And arrow variable already defined. Oh god, okay, so I cannot use this. Okay, so let's do the M M N N N N M. So then let's change the index. So the index will be M N N M N. Okay. So yeah, unreachable. So I have to make it reachable. But if I don't do this, I will also get an error saying that no return value, right? I think. Oh no, okay. Oh really? So I shouldn't have this. So we only have 2 examples. What are we trying to get? 5, 5. Okay, so let's do 300, 300. I'm not sure if this is reachable though. Oh, some of the, well, okay, okay. So let's do 0, 300 and 180, 120. I'm not sure those are reachable though. If not, then I will be in an infinite loop. But I'm not. Okay. So I guess if there's no other edge cases, I'm going to submit it right now. I don't think there's edge cases though. So how about, like, did I deal with 0, 0? No, right? I forgot to deal with 0, 0. Yeah. So yeah, infinite loop. So I actually so but can I make it go into here? But I don't. So it's better that I just deal with 0, 0 outside of the loop, because because I only check the if it's reached to the point after we dequeue, right? We don't check that before enqueue. We check that after we dequeue. Well, before we enqueue, before we add them to the queue, it will be faster, right? Because don't want to add a lot of things into the queue, and then only when pull them out of the queue, I check the result. So, yeah, before I put them into the queue, I need to check if this is already the result. So let me just, if x 0 and y equals to 0, then just return 0. I think so. I think 0 should be the answer, right? Yep. So I guess that's the only edge case that we have. I don't think there is any more edge case. So I will be brave enough to submit. And oh my god, I have a problem here. I know. Oh, I didn't check 0 300. I thought I covered this. I thought I covered 0 100, but I don't cover. So why negative number will give me a problem though? Is it because so let me check if I deal the negative number correctly. I did. So why negative 300 will give me trouble? So how about 0? I remember 0 300 didn't give me any trouble. So how about negative 300 and 0? So why only this one is giving me trouble? Did I miss anything? Oh, but that's the last of our input. So what's the next? What's the one that make me go into infinite loop? What did I do wrong? $37 pass. So do I know which one is 38? Oh, maybe it's because it's too slow, so I won't pass the 37. So wait. So is there any better way to do it? Because I firmly believe if I submit again, it will still die on the 37. But what I did was just a basic DFS, right? Did I make anything duplicate? So yeah, it's basic DFS. Yeah. I don't know why I fail on the 37 case. Yeah, still 37. There must be something that make my program slow or my algorithm slow. But I can't figure out. Okay, I will think about it for 3 more minutes and I will see the solution to see what I'm doing wrong in here. Yeah, because a queue and a set and we want the new number, we can use BFS and that's what I'm using. And I try 1 2 and 2 1. So I know I can probably optimize it to go only one dimensional. So if there are 4 dimension, not dimension, what's that called? I don't know. But if I can, because I mean, hello, hello. Yes, I'm just trying to figure out my median question. Did you do the contest? Yes, I did. I only solved 3 questions on each contest. So yeah, yeah. I haven't have time to actually read other people's solution to see how to solve it. Oh really? I don't. I didn't. Oh okay. Yeah. I don't know, but I guess the whole day. Well, for now, I don't even have. Yeah. Hold on. I think I can restrict this to only one direction, right? So I don't probably need to go like negative because the negative number will be the same of the positive number, right? So if this is the larger, I will return. And then if x is less than 0, x, so if, I'm not sure if this is correct though. I should probably just read the solution. But let me do the one last try. I am just, yeah, I probably should read the solution though. Probably should give up. And then when I have the next one, I will just check. I will need to check if they are both are larger than 0. So I will do this. If x larger or 0 than 0 and y is larger or equal than 0 and so I'm going to only focus on the coordinate that's larger than 0, because they are symmetrical, right? So no matter which direction you go, like their steps are the same. So now let me try it. And how about 0, -300? And then how about -140, -1, not 40, 50? Will that be faster? Yeah, it still fell in the same places. Okay, so this is not actually improvement on the time that I spent. So let's wave the white flag, surrender, and I want to see the solution. Okay, let's do it. So, solution BFS. Oh, okay. You do this, and then you have a visited. Oh, smart. And then you have a queue, and then you have this. So what if I done wrong? Yeah, I think this should be slower. I mean, you check this when you pull them all from the queue, and then for each offset you have this as the, and you checked if not visited, you do the visit, and then you in queue, and then you step plus. Note, in Java, the hash set is not the most efficient data structure. For this reason, using the hash set data structure to keep track the visit cell in Java implementation will result. Oh my god, really? So it's a thing using Java. Okay. Bidirectional. Oh, bidirectional. Okay. And DFS is actually faster. It's a pattern with prioritized depth and breadth during the. So please tell me why DFS won't get TLE. Oh, there's a follow-up. So let's check. So actually our BFS got TLE only because we are using Java. And we are using hash set in Java. Okay. So now let's see why DFS using map will pass. DFS. And if you contain the key, yeah, so that you don't need to recalculate, right? And then you plus if return 0. Okay. Oh yeah, if they are both 0, right? And if they are 2, return 2. Yeah, it is doing the same thing. Like I only check one direction, which is all positive, right? So integer return mean. So you're doing 2 and then okay, so in this their DFS actually is faster. Because doing that in only one direction is helpful for DFS but not for BFS. Only because I'm using a hash set. So now if I want to improve my solution, so make it not TLE, I should either use an array or do a bidirectional BFS. So let's see which the faster way for me to do that. Okay, so if I have another cat in here. Oh my god. Okay. I think the first way for me to change is to do another hash set, but instead using an array, right? So, and so the size will be, and because I also only check one direction, so I only need it to be, let's do it 300 and 300, right? Okay. So, okay, cat, please. So let's replace the set to integer only because we are doing Java. So replace the set by a two-dimensional, let's still call it set, equals to, set is a little bit confusing. Visited, so new integer, so 301. So now we don't need a key, right? So this will be replaced by, what am I doing? Integer, no, boolean, boolean. So that will be replaced by like visited 0 is true. Yeah, I never know. So so if I have a chance to use just array, I should use array because I'm using Java. I guess that's what I learned today. So where do I check the set? I check the set in here. And so I will just need to change it to like visited xy larger than 0. Oh god, not xy. What am I doing? This and this larger than 0. Now I'm wondering if this works, because I actually was okay. Now I'm wondering if this works. So let me change it back, because I want to see if this is working. I am curious, right? Because I should check if this should be still correct. And let's just directly check if it passed. Oh god, so this is not even correct. Yeah, but why? I mean, I am using the similar way of this DFS solution, right? I only check one dimension, not one dimension, one direction. Or I only check the positive value, just like this. ABS, ABS. And then also they have a key of this. It's exactly like my code. And then they only do ABS, ABS. Oh, I forgot another thing, right? I should know, but if it's okay, so what am I doing? 1 output 4, but it should be 2. Oh, okay. For doing this, because I remove one dimension, I actually eliminate the chance of I go to one point which is negative, but then I go back to the positive. That only costs me 2. But if I insist everything should be stay in the positive, that will cost me more to make a circle and come back to the same point. So that's why by doing this, they still in here change it to a positive value, not just checking and doing this. So for doing that, I need to like remove this. I need to remove this, and then the easier way is to do a ABS math ABS. Oh, I don't expect this question to cost me so many times, so much time, just because Java is not good. So I'm going to do this. Okay, now I'm curious. Will this help? Oh yeah, so this works. So my optimization actually works, but I mess up by not doing this and just check the positive or negative value. So, okay. So at least I learned this. I didn't actually learn that I, I didn't actually know in the past that hash set is not the most efficient data structure in Java. For this reason, using a hash data structure to keep track of the visited cell in Java implementation will result in TLE. Now that I learned this, next time I will try to use a Boolean array. Boolean array is not too space expensive, right? Not too expensive in the space. Okay. Yeah, but I'm just wondering, like, wow, DFS, the code is shorter, but they passed the test, all the test case. And then maybe next time we should try to learn the bidirectional DFS, not bidirectional BFS, which is you start two BFS simultaneously from the start and the end and grow together. Because if you only do one BFS, the child Q will grow so big, but if you simultaneously start two BFS, when they when they overlap to each other, the child size will be only like half of them. So yeah, next time we should try this. And now that we don't have much time left, let's do the hard one. So the hard one is number 65, valid number. So let's come back. So valid number. And this is a hard question I already show. So, oh, my cat is still on. So for this, there's no hint. So I'm going to watch the solution and see if I can implement this, okay? So but for now, let's read the hard question together. So valid number, a valid number can be split up into these components in order: a decimal number or an integer. Then optional, an e or e followed by an integer. Okay, and then a decimal number can be split into these components in order. So optimal, you have a sign, and then one of the following. So at least one digit followed by a dot. So 0 dot is valid. Okay, at least one digit followed by a dot followed by at least one digit. I thought these are the same, right? I mean, just dot and followed by 0 or more digit. But anyway, so 0.0 is valid too. A dot followed by at least one digit. What? So you have 0 dot, 0 dot 0, and dot 0. All of them are valid digit. This decimal point number. Oh, tedious question. You mean this one or the previous one? Both for me are not that. Both of me are a little bit complex. Oh, this one. Yeah, even just. I mean, did you guys do it? I don't think I can do it though. I'm gonna try to finish before midnight. It's almost midnight already. So yeah, and like I said, I already used 3 time travel tickets, so I can't afford to use any more. So I need to do it before midnight. Oh my god. Okay, so integer again. We have optimal. What's the point of using time travel? You pay 7 coins. Yeah, I pay 7 coins. No, I don't know, because like I want to collect everything. I want to see a X, red X in here. I just want everything green. So yeah. Okay. So integer, we also have optimal. So whether or not we have this is valid, and then we have at least one digit. So for example, for all the following are valid number 2. Oh, 0089 is a valid number. Oh my god. So I guess this is just a lot of if, right? I mean, if I'm too stupid to know the correct way to do this, I think it's just a lot of if. If this, then that, and if this or that, then that, else that. Right? I think. Well, following are not A, B, C. Okay, because we can only have E. But why one E is not valid? One E. Oh, because E, you need to have an integer after E. Okay, okay, okay. And then, so if you have a E, you have to have number in before and after. So, okay. And then 99 is okay. 99 E is okay, but after E, you can only have integer, right? Okay, okay. And then you cannot have two negatives. Probably draw a state machine and figure out. Okay, if I want to draw a state machine, I will not be able to finish that by midnight. Yeah, so that's why I say that I probably will need to see the solution. So by doing a state machine is because you don't want to like recompare the same thing again and again, right? So that's why you can quickly go back to a state and then continue from there. But then we have a start state. We have to define end state. And I don't even know what's the end state though. So once you find one valid decimal number, that's one ending point, right? Or once you find the integer, that's another ending state. Once you find the E, you cannot end. You can only end when you find another integer. So we probably have three end states, right? Terminate state, or anyway, the last state. And then you traverse through the entire string. By the end, when you finish traversing it, you see if you stop in within this three state, right? But that's so hard for me to generate a finite state machine. Well, the first one is easy. The first step is to check whether or not there's a sign. Even if there's not, it's okay. Oh, okay. So if I don't do a finite state machine, how would I do this? Just traverse and then do a if? Because it doesn't say that I have to do it linear time. So it doesn't say that I have to traverse only once, right? So if I'm not doing a finite state machine, it should be good. And the length is only 20, right? S consists of only English letters, both uppercase and lowercase, digit, plus, sign. Oh, I mean, different people draw the state machine differently based on the understand of your question. So just if I'm so stupid, or I am, but I am, how would I solve this without doing a finite state machine? If, like, for I equals to 0 till the end of the string, and if char at this equals to this, and we haven't find E and we already find this, then we return false. Okay. Now I have more cats. Okay. Now I'm going to try to see. Oh, too many cats. Okay. You sleep there. Okay. Do I want to, what's the time now? Do I want to see the solution? Or do I want to try to do a state machine? Let's do a state machine, shall we? How to do a state machine? I didn't practice those at all. So how to do a state machine? What's the data structure that you can do a state machine? map map, because map is a key and then point to a state, right? So if we have state like from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if I found, say, sign, I go to the state 1 to wait for a digit, right? And if I don't find, if I find a digit, oh, it's so hard. I actually never practiced any finite state machine question before. Okay, so 0 is the initial state. 1, if we found sign, we go to 1. If we found digit, we go to 1. Can we do that? Or I'm about to give up and see how a finite state machine should be coded, because I don't have. I know we probably should use a map and then use a number to represent the state, but to draw a state machine, I don't have experience though. Okay. State machine is your mental picture. You still write if else or switch. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay, so if we would to do a finite state machine, then of course we are going to, let me code this first, because this is the easy part. Of course we need to traverse through this like once for each character only once, right? So for this string ss dot length length I plus plus, and then I do the char c equals to s dot char at I. Okay, and then we probably need a current state, so I will have either a array or a map based on the previous experience of the previous question. Hash map or hash set might not be the best for Java, but I'm still gonna do it because I don't know the other way. So I will have a lot of map. So I need a list of map to map the current character that we read to the next. Okay, so let's say that we have an array list of a map. Let's cheat it. Let's see the solution if somebody already draw one, and let's read it. Okay. Shall we? I don't want to give up. But there's nothing in my mind how to do this though. Let's try one, right? So I will have a list of map of string, which is the current state, to an integer, which is the integer index of the list, so that I can find the next map to traverse, right? Is that so? Or I can use an array, but I think that's the same thing. I'm not using array because currently I have nothing drawn in my head, so I don't know how many states that we have, so I cannot declare an array. That's why I declare a list for now. Finite state machine. FSM? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna see how people do it, because for now I only know and I forgot most of them, so I probably will have a 0 as my initial state, and then I try to read the character. If I got this, I go to another state, which is state 1, to wait for a digit or a point. Yeah, I will have a lot of okay, so do I make a map and then just like if current state is 1 and then we receive this, and based on the map we go to okay, let me read how people solve this. I really don't know. So before looking at the discussion, let's look at the solution. So follow the rules. Follow the rules, which means you don't do a state machine, or you are implicitly doing a state machine. You also have rules. So the solution one is you have a set of digit, a set of sign, a set of exponent, a set of dot, which is and anything else that will not return true. And then the rule is, oh, after you have digit, sing digit. If you have sign, you have a sing site, right? I think you declare a sing digit, sing exponent, sing dot. Oh, there's no sing sign. Okay. Well, it seems short, but the algorithm is so long. I mean, but the coding is so short. And then let me see how many. And oh, and why? Because you are doing. So this is basically almost like a, or it is a finite state machine, right? Okay, this approach 2 is deterministic finite automaton. DFA, okay, DFA, finite automaton. Okay, never heard of it before. Oh, we have another question. We can practice this. Oh my god, even after reading the solution, I don't think I can do it though. Try this in your own before reading anything further. Take a few minutes to try to design a TFA. Keep in mind that a state can point to itself. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then of course it's digits, so you keep pointing yourself. So yes, I understand that. And the green node indicates a valid end state. Okay, so yeah, they have 3 end state. Yeah, yes. That's what I thought, but I cannot come up with this. Not to mention in the interview setting though. Oh my god. When you need to draw something in a coding interview, that's insane. So yeah, I had this in mind. There will be an initial state which is 0, and then I read a sign, but I can't figure out this. Okay, so you read a sign and you go into 2. Oh, okay. If you read digit, you can read a lot of digit, and then when you read dot, you can jump to another one. And then if you read sign, you cannot go to 1, you go to 2. And then you cannot read sign again. You can only read digit, which brings you to digit 1, to state 1. Or if you read dot, bring you to the dot. And then you have to have digit afterward. And then, but in digit, you can have either digit or exponent. Wow. Okay. And then when you are in state 4, you can only have exponent. And then this point is after you do an exponent, you will try to find an integer. So if you read a sign, it's okay. You read a digit, you go to the endpoint. If you read a digit, you directly go to here. You can't read any sign anymore. Oh, so how do I code this? A map. A list of map. Okay. And then map of... although I am coding in Java. What is map of though? This is Java, right? Okay. List of. And then you can have a list. Map of, I assume that's digit to 1, sign to 2, dot to 3, right? So it's a map of string to integer. Oh, I almost got it. No, not almost. By far, well, I'm far away from making it to this point. And then there are all of the valid finishing state. Okay. So you make a set of 1, 4, 1, 4, 7 as your ending state. And then every time you read one character, and then you memorize the current state. What is the string group? Why do we need a string group? Oh, to map to the state. Oh, okay. So you read one character, you check if it's digit. If it's digit, group is digit. Otherwise, if it's plus minus, then it's sign. If it's E or E, it's exponent. If it's dot, it's dot. Otherwise, you directly return false. And then if you cannot get the current state with the key that you want, which is this, So if you don't even have that line from that point, then you directly return false. Oh, this is simpler. Otherwise, you like forwarding the state. Oh wow. And then when you finish the string, you check if the current state is in the valid final state. Okay, but somehow I think when I try to code this, I need to have this picture in here. So how about let's just coding here? Okay. Okay, but now we all understand this, right? I mean, at least now I do understand. Yeah, because originally I was not too sure that after I read the digit or after I read the sign, which state do I go to? I have to design this. Yes. Okay. So, oh, and I have to learn the list of. Hold on. Before we start coding, let's see if discussion have a better way. Clear Java with I IFS. What is IFS? Ifs. Oh, that's ifs. So actually, this is our first solution, right? But I want to see if we have other solution. DFA design pattern. Wow. Okay. I have to say that I will probably need to come back here to read more after tonight after midnight because I'm now doing this with DFA because I want to submit this by midnight. But it looks like other than DFA there are still other things that we need to learn. So I think I will come back to this, but I want to see if other people draw. Oh, that's a good drawing. Digit, 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 digit. Sign, digit, 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 digit. So this is almost the same with the one, but it looks like they have one, two, three, four ending state, and then you can read blank. I don't know if blank is allowed in our current question. Do we allow blank? I don't think so. Yeah, but because of adding blank, there is actually another ending state because after digit you can read as many as of blank that you want. But what's the benefit of ending blank? You skip the E and you go to here to add infinite blank. Okay, I think this one with a blank involved is more confusing. So I've decided let's do this. I think the drawing or the state machine of the solution is a little bit better and cleaner than that one in the discussion. But somehow that one is the second highest vote on the discussion, so maybe I will come back to that later. So let's learn this by reading the solution. So first, again, we have a list of maps of string to integer, which is our state, and it's called DFA, automaton, deterministic finite automaton. And then now I learned this off will generate you a list. And now I learned map_of will give you map.of, right? List.of. Yeah, I have a typo. So of is actually a method that I haven't learned. So I need a list of a bunch of maps. And then based on this picture, we will have map.of. So the first list is 0, right? So from 0, if I got digit, I go to 1. If I got what's that called? Sign, I go to 2. And then we can have dot. Yes. If we have dot, we go to 3. And then there's nothing more. So this is 1. Now this is 0. And then we have map.of. This is so hard. So now we are in state 1. If we have digit, we stay in 1. If we have dot, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have, so after you have digit, I even have a typo. So if after you have digit, I have to watch the picture. I can't pretend that I know. Okay, so from 1, you can read. When you have a digit, you can have dot to become a decimal, or you can have a digit to become yourself. You can have an exponent to become a new thing, which is e. Expo. This is 1. And then 1 is after you read 1 digit. And then what is 2? 2 is after you read sign. So when you read sign, you have to read digit. Oh, or you can read dot. Okay. So let me copy this. So after you... Did I have a typo? I have a typo. So this is 2. So after 2 is after you read a sign. After you read a sign, you need a digit. Digit will bring you to 1. You can't read export. You can have dot. Dot will bring you to 3 because dot cannot bring you to 4. Okay, this is what I'm confusing. I always forgot that I need to go to, or I somehow want to go to 4 after reading a dot. But actually I have to go to another state which is the same from 0 to, oh, okay. Wow, it's so hard to draw this. Okay, that makes sense. So if I read it a dot, if I read a dot, I should actually go to 3. Okay. No, you go to 4. This one is 1. Oh, but from here you actually go to 3. So you will be able to go to the same one. I can't wrap my head around this. If I, without looking at this picture, I might go to a different state. After I have 3, from 2 I might forget and just go to a different state. When you're reading it, it makes sense, but when you are doing it yourself, drawing the DFA by yourself is so hard. So in 2 you go to 3, and then in 2 there's no other, because you can only, after you read a sign, you can only have digit or dot. Now that we are in 3, did you study linear algebra? Yeah, a long time ago. I already forgot them all. I returned that back to my teacher already. So yeah, so now you can consider me not never read linear algebra. No, I already forgot. No. So okay. No, I forgot them all. Digit. So now that I try not to look at this, but I have to look at it. Otherwise, I can't come up with my own idea. So now, when you are in 3, 3 means that you have a dot, right? So after you have a dot, you can have a digit or not have a digit. Then what is that state though? Without looking at it, I won't think of 4 is a good state after you read the dot. And yeah, 3 is after you read a dot. And now the only thing you can have is digit. Okay, my cat is here again. Ah. Huh? Why do people not working in machine learning and say they know machine learning? They don't know. Well, but me, I do not work in machine learning, and I won't say that I know machine learning. So rest assured that I won't tell you that I know machine learning. Okay. Okay. So now we are in 3. The only thing we can read is a digit. Why? Because we have a sign, we have a oh, because if you are in 3, you only have a dot, you never have a digit. Ah, okay, that more makes sense. And then you go to 4. And 4 is after you read digit. So you can read digit and digit and digit again, and you can also read exponent, right? Okay. But did I in 1 did I do exponent? No. Yeah, I did. Okay, that's another thing that's confusing. So both bring you to 5, but dot bring you to 3. But this dot bring you to 4. Okay, what? How about basic machine learning, the statistic learning book, linear and nonlinear programming? I think linear programming, some might study a little bit when they are studying algorithm, right? Otherwise, no, I never study those. Or maybe I might. I just remember, well, I think everybody study statistic a little bit, but for me, I remember I did study that before, but I don't remember anything now, so yeah. Okay. So at state 4 is after we read a digit, and we can read digit again and again, and then we can also read a expo to 5. Okay. I think this is the hard part. And after 5, you can only have integer. So 5 is not an ending state. 5, you can only read digit, I think, right? Oh, you can have sign. Oh god, so it's almost like this. And then you will, so digit will bring you to probably 6. And okay, they do it 7, so let's do 7. And then sign will give you to 6. But anyway, it will bring you to 2 different new state. And then of course digit, you can read bunch of digit, right? So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing it so slowly because I am trying to understand them myself. So now that you are in 6, 6 is after you read a sign, then you need digit, right? So the only thing that you can do is digit, right? Am I right? Yes, digit 7. Okay. And then finally, we finally reach the 7. So I think this DFA is way more easier than the previous one. Well, than the one in the discussion. So now that we reach 7, we can read a bunch of digit and still in 7, and that's it, right? Okay, so are we doing it correctly? 0, you can go to 1, 2, 3 by reading digit, reading sign, and reading dot. For 1, after you read a digit, you can read digit a little bit, infinite time, and or you can read a dot, or you can read an expo. And in 2, in 2, if you read digit, you go to 1. If you read a dot, you go to 3. Yeah. You don't go to 4, you go to 3 because you need at least 1 digit. Okay, the 3 exists because you are forced to have a digit. Now I don't know. Okay, 4, you can go to 4 yourself, and 5, and then for 5 you can only go to 6 and 7, 6 and 7 with sign and dot, and 6 you go to 7, 7 you go to 7. Okay, it's probably correct, right? Okay, now the green one is the end ending. So we have a set of integer valid ending. So the fast way of adding it is to do an array, right? I think. Oh, set of. Oh, okay. I thought I need an array, but you can just do set that of. Okay, I need to read the Java book again, I think. Set of. Set of. Set of. Okay, now finally that's built. Then we can now traverse through the x.length. So, and then hold on, we need a current state. Do I have a current state? No. So current state equals to 0. So we start with 0. So, did you manage to solve any number? Oh, you are doing it right now. Oh, I didn't solve it. I read the solution, and based on the finite state machine in here, DFA in here, I'm trying to code. And then while coding, I'm learning Java because I didn't know you can use list of, map of, and set of. So yeah, there's so much thing that I need to learn. So going through each character, s.char at I, and then you categorize your character into either digit, sign, dot, or expo. So if c is larger or equal than 0 and c is smaller or equal than 9, then oh, we need a string state, strng stat, state. Can I use state? I should be able to use state. So data science role is more senior, but sometimes the web dev will make more money. Sometimes, I think most of the time the web dev is, well, it depends. Well, every company needs web dev, right? So there are smaller or very small organizations, then they have their own web dev, and then they probably not got paid really good. So yeah, it depends, I think. Okay, so C, then state, state is, well, it's not actually state, it's the transition. I should not name it state. So what did they name it to? Group, okay. I don't know, I probably will name it transition. Transition. How to spell? Transi. So this is lowercase digit else if c equals to, like, let's say second thing is sign, so plus, or c equals to minus, then state or trans c equals to, we call it sign. Okay, sometimes the web dev will get 300K over, not machine learning. I think it still depends. Like, if I would to get a job as a web dev, and now that you saw me coding like this, I will probably not even get 50K, let alone 300K. So yeah. Transit. Okay, else if, like, c is equal to, now that we have sign, let's do a dot. What is dot? This is dot? Oh god. Control Z, Control Z. I should type in here. Dot, and then trans c equals to dot. Else if, okay, now we have dot, let's do expo. Expo is c equals to e, or c equals to e trans c equals to expo. And I guess that's it, right? Digit sign dot expo. We only have 4 different transitions. And now we got our transition, and then we should get our current state first. So and the current state, this number should always be valid, right? So dfa dot get cur, we don't even need to check if it's valid. Now we get a map dot, we need to see if there is a key, there is a transition, right? So we need to see contains key of the transition. So if it's not there, then we return false. Let's do an early return. Now when we reach this point, it is there. So we will set our current state equals to, we get cur, we get transi, so dfa dot get cur, and then dot get transi, tr, I can spell transi, and that's it, right? So now we update our cur. Somehow I think that's it. Okay, sorry, I missed your comment. There are even quants who don't know the, but they are different. I mean, quants also almost always work in fintech, right? And ML probably not. So I guess there are two different. I mean, quants is almost SDE, but ML is sometimes also SDE, but it's more like a data track, right? I think. Okay, so now we update our current status. Is that it? I think that's it for now, right? We just keep progressing through the finite state machine, and then when we get out from the for loop, if the current state is not in, or should we say that value ending not contain value ending dot contains key, not content, it's a set contains cur, return false, otherwise return true, right? Why I think I missed something. Oh, I missed your comment. They just follow the market every day. They know a lot about how the market move together. Do you know this? I don't. I don't. I'm not a SDE like I told you last time. So no, I don't. Okay. I think that is it. What else do we need to do? I don't know. Let's try it. Ah, huh? Cur equals DFA got typo. Ah, 28. If DFA get context key transc, the variable transc has not been initialized. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, true. How many test case they provide us? And do we want to do our own test case? Like, they give us a lot of different things to test. So let's try, I don't know, let's try them all, right? Why not? Okay. Wow, there are so many test cases that I can do. So this bunch should all return true. And let's try the false later. True, 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 true. And now let's do this false. Okay, maybe we can submit it. And I shouldn't submit it here. I will miss the deadline. Test by submitting. I'm just too lazy, sorry. I know I should come up with my idea of how this should test, but this is a hard question though. It's already hard for me to code, let alone test. Yeah, we should submitting here. Oh, okay, what a bad day. Oh my god. So, what we learn. Okay, I remember there's another person doing the DFS, right? So instead of map, let's see how other people. What's the data structure? Python. I don't do Python. Is that called dictionary or dictionary, right? Okay, I think. And then what other people do with DFA, C++, and oh, cool. Yeah, but why four ending state? What's the fourth one? So we read a digit. This is the first ending state. We read a dot. That's also another ending state. Dot plus digit. That's another ending state. Digit. That's another ending state. That's all before the expose. So I guess there are one more. I think, right? But that's all end with digit. So you have digit, and because after you have dot, you actually can go back to. Okay, my cat is here again. Probably I spent too much time doing the hard question and he's not happy. Yeah, but I think the only difference is that after reading the S6, oh, I should say after in S6, and then you read the digit, actually you can go back to. Can you go back to S2? Because S2 and S7 are essentially the same, right? So you read a dot, and now you read a digit. You go back to. Oh no, but you can go back to S2 because you can read any more dot. So yeah, I think everybody can draw their own finite state machine, or DFA, what I keep calling it, finite state machine, deterministic uh, finite automata. So everybody have their own idea drawing that. S2, yeah, S2 receive another dot. Yes, you cannot do S2 again. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So I think I should try to learn to draw a state DFA, and then come up with this idea first, because this is the essential part for solving this question, right? So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something, or maybe you guys already know how to draw this. I'm the only one who don't know, so then thank you guys for learning with me. And okay, definitely it's too tedious to follow all the rules correctly to come up with. Yeah, so I think what I'm afraid of is that this is a coding, like if in a coding interview, you usually don't have anything to draw, right? I mean, usually, so probably we won't during this like pandemic era, we won't have this kind of question when doing online, right? Because usually when you do online coding, there's no whiteboard, right? Unless you are doing system design. So if there's no whiteboard, you can draw. So it's so hard for the interviewer to ask this kind of question to know whether you or not, if you do really understand. And what if the person, the interviewee, is exceptionally smart that this DFA just start drawing inside his or her head, and then he start coding, right? So I don't know. I just wish I won't encounter those type of questions. But I do think this is something that I need to learn, because watching it and then code is easy. The hard part is to come up with this and make sure it runs correctly before you start coding. So yeah, I think this is probably a good question. I just hope and pray that I won't encounter this ever again. And also, oh, by the way, also I learned a lot of things that I don't know about Java, like those type of, yeah. Otherwise, for somebody as stupid as me, I will probably declare a list and then start adding everything like into it. So how do you know? But the interviewer only need to study this one, and then he can interview 100 people using this one in 2 weeks, and then he changed to another one, right? So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but good. It's 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes before midnight, and then they won't able to spot. But okay, but I don't know if recently because people or company start thinking that this pandemic is not going away soon. So originally, when everybody's doing the coding interview online, originally everybody is just using the like text editor, right? So they won't actually compile. They might take a picture and go back and type and compile. But I think recently I heard somebody that even when doing the online coding interview or virtual on site, they are using an editor which is compilable like an IDE, and then to make sure that your code compiles. So I don't know if they do that, then my chance of getting into any company is, I don't know. But at least that helped me find my typo, right? If you notice, I have a lot of typos. So I don't know. Okay. So good, good, good. And 20 minutes later, I believe we will have another hard question because it's LeetCode, it's Sunday. Whatever they might do, they might give us another hard question. So tomorrow might be another hard day for me to do the LeetCode challenge, and I might still again start reading the solution before I start actually coding it. But I hope I can learn something from it, and hope you can learn something from it too. And then I guess that's it for today. It's already late, so everybody have a good night, and I'm going to sleep too and prepare for tomorrow's hard question, and then I will see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Good night.